the sexy pic. Oh, wow. When was that?
That was last night.
Gorgeous. Fashion Week.
Fashion Week.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to Hot Girl Evolving. Today I'm here with Izzy Robertti.
Hello.
My old roommate. I miss you.
I'm like, who do I look at? Like, I'm looking at either the camera or you.
No, me.
Okay, I'm looking at you.
We're like having a combo, and
Okay.
they're just like not there.
Okay, cool.
Guys, this is my old roommate, and I'm finally seeing her new place, and it's so cute and so sad that I'm not here anymore.
I know, I wish you were living here.
I love it here. It's really cute and homey.
It's very, like, clean, aesthetic. It has nothing, it's not, like, finished yet, but...
Well, I feel like you're very clean aesthetic. You're very clean.
I know. It's kind of scary.
But it's a good thing about you.
I know, I'm, like, looking at, like, now, like, the stars things on the floor, and I'm like, ugh. It's
Okay, well, how's your fashion week going so far?
Good. It's been, like, very, like, slow, though. I feel like last year I was doing a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think February is, like, not that, like, cray-cray.
Yeah.
It depends. I don't know. I feel like, well, I also just didn't even do shows this season, though.
Yeah, why?
I just didn't. My agents were like, let's just stay out of it. Because I was also in Montreal for a month. I kind of, like, missed the castings.
Cool.
And it's kind of nice to not be running around doing
Yeah,
castings.
I also just feel like it's, like, last, like, fashion week I did so much. And, like, this fashion week I'm like, okay, like, I'm okay with, like, not doing everything. I only do, like, the
I'm,
big
like,
one.
trying to tell myself that. I feel like I'm trying to find the balance. Because, like, I was, like, comparing myself, like, oh, my God, I'm not doing all the castings. Or, like, I could be doing more. So I, like, I'm dealing with that. But also it's, like, sometimes I don't need to be hustling and bustling.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. After, like, not living in the city now, like, I'm just, like...
It changes you.
I'm like, is it worth it?
Yeah.
I'm like, is it worth it? Okay. And if it's not worth it...
Well, it's either a $30 Uber or, like, a 45-minute train ride.
$30.
You know what I did?
Like, it's, like, 45. It's, like, kind of hard. I'm like, the
Sorry,
$15.
a Lyft. A $32 wait and save Lyft.
The wait and save. The train's not happening past 9 p.m. I'm sorry.
It's scary out here. I was like, oh my God, this is not safe. But what was I going to say? Oh, how I noticed, because when I moved to, like, Williamsburg after we were in East Village, it makes such a difference. Like, I didn't realize how hectic, like, actual Manhattan was. Mm-hmm. Like, I liked being in East Village, but it's, like, constantly, like, we would be, like, hungover getting, like, food, and I'd be like, oh my God, hey, everybody we know. And I'm like, I look
It's
horrible.
different. Like, I feel like when I'm hungover in this apartment, I, like, wake up, and I'm like... okay, like, I can manage this.
Like, I still have purpose.
Like, I still have purpose in my life. Like, I'm a normal person. Like, there's light. I can open the window, and I'm like, wow, what a beautiful day.
I didn't even have a window. I didn't even have that.
I don't know how you did that.
It was hot in that room.
It was crazy.
But I did love that apartment. Okay, let's get to the nitty gritty. So I want to know, like, how you started photography and, like, that whole journey. Because when I met you, you were already, like, doing it. That was, like, your full-time thing.
I feel like photography for me started, like, I think high school.
Really?
And, like, I knew I was going to go to college for, like, health. But, like, I was, like, so into, like, the Jay Alvarez phase. You know what I'm talking about? And I did, like, a bunch of, like, the GoPro videos. Like, when you go on vacation. Like, I was that bitch in high school where, like, she comes back from vacation. There's a whole 12-minute vlog.
She had the hair braided.
Yeah. Yeah, that was me. And I started with video, and then I think during COVID was when I took photography, like, seriously.
When did you get, like, your first camera? Or what was your first camera?
My first camera was, like, a vlogging camera, like this one.
Okay.
And I used it during prom. So that was, like, my first camera. And then over that summer, I started, like, shooting a lot more. And, like, just started, like, doing gigs. I charged $35 for a shoot. How insane is that?
How long was the shoot?
I don't know, like, an hour, 2 hours, doesn't matter. It was $35.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy to, like, go back and, like, think of the journey. Because I didn't even, like, have that question. But, like, your first camera and then, like, your first gig being, like, the prom. And then, so what? Then it kind of just, like...
Then, like, during COVID, it was, like... I was like that one girl people would be like, why is she doing photo shoots during COVID?
Yeah.
But, you know, you had to make your money somehow.
No, literally.
So, I went to Hawaii.
Okay.
And in Hawaii, I was like, okay, wow, like, I would love, like, editing.
Mm-hmm.
And I posted those, and I was like, I'm living my Jay Alvarez dream. And then I think in college is when after COVID, like, when I came back to college, I came back to the city, and I started, like, posting it more, and then people were like, oh, like, let's, like, shoot or whatever.
That's so cool.
But, like, to get to where I am today, like, the nightlife thing is, like, Whoa.
So when was the first time you like went out? Sorry, we just touched toes.
I know, I'm like, hey.
What was the first time you like went out and shot at like a New York City club?
Ooh, I do not know.
I'm like, I gotta
squint back. It's far, real far. I think the first time, like, I remember, like, going out was with Yazzie.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at some club in, I don't even know, it was like Midtown.
Mm-hmm. And you took your camera?
I took my camera and I shot there and I got really cool photos that night. And then like it just kept going down, turning. I think like every night at that point. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, that's when it started. And then people started like hiring me and like it was kind of addicting.
Well, it's interesting because like New York, there's just so much networking like in nightlife. Mm-hmm. Like that's how like I met basically everybody I know now was just like going out.
Yeah,
so I think that's kind of.
I think that's so true. I think literally half of my friends or more than half.
Yeah.
Are from nightlife. It's kind of crazy because I mean after I stopped going out.
Yeah.
They're not there anymore, and I'm like, okay.
I got one left.
I've got literally my boyfriend. That's it. That's like seeing me every day. Crazy. Yeah, and I realized I'm like, okay, like who are my real friends?
I think that's also a big realization I was hit with. Well, also I feel like everything changes so quickly in New York, which I like when I left from like when did I go to London? Mm-hmm. When I left you for a month, and I came back and my whole life, I was like, what the hell?
My whole life got upturned.
What the hell?
What happened? Yeah.
Like everything changes so quickly here.
Yeah. That's also just like why I like the slow pace of right now living in Brooklyn.
I needed it. I was like, I need a break. Yeah. I need a break from New York.
It's kind of crazy though. I'm like, sometimes I look back and I'm like, wow, like that era of my life is over like completely, and like that was crazy. Like that was a part of me, and now she's just gone.
It kind of like fucks with my head though.
It does. It fucks with me because like I like will like look at photos and videos of like literally just like not even, it hasn't even been a year.
Yeah.
It's only like a couple months.
I know.
And I'm like, I was a whole different person.
I get so emotional over it though.
Yeah,
I feel like
too.
I get so attached to like the girl I used to be and then get so sad that like she's gone. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I've been really working on with my therapist is like let her go so that you can actually be in the present moment. Because like I'm not able to like live this new life basically because I'm always like, but remember when?
Yeah.
And it wasn't really that great.
Yeah, same. Like, okay, for example, like going out for me used to be so much fun. Mm-hmm. And I think it was because of like this like ego I think I had. And like I used to go out and it used to be so much fun, and like I just felt like that girl out. Right. But like now it's like I go out and it's like I really just want to enjoy like a nice cocktail and actually talk to my friends.
Right.
Like people who actually give a shit about me.
Mm-hmm.
And then like go home early. And like I think when I go out alone and I'm like going out with my friends who still go out, it's like I try really hard to like be that girl again, that old girl,
and
but it's like
just not anymore.
It's just not. And I wake up in the morning and I'm like, damn.
The anxiety
is crazy.
I just can't.
I literally don't accept the anxiety anymore. Like this morning, I think I got like 3 hours of sleep from last night. Yeah. And like I woke up and I was like, I'm not letting myself sleep in. I got up and I
that's
literally cleaned.
Part for me. It's like dealing with like the aftermath of like, because it's like I'll go out, I'll have a good night, nothing will be like weird about it, but like still the next day it just affects me so much mentally. I don't know why.
Like we got shit to do. Like
we do, and I can't be like scatterbrained, and it's like annoying because I'm like, yeah, I want to go out and like be young and fun, but it like affects me so much the next day to the point where it's like it's not even worth it sometimes. Like I would just have to like not. What's your favorite part about the job, photography?
I think like meeting people and like being in rooms that like I would not be able to get into.
Yeah.
Like I just worked for Gucci.
That was the slay.
And like it's just so crazy to me, like out of all the photographers like in the city, like I'm working for like them for that, and it's like wow, like it's really cool to like see how far like you've come.
Totally.
And I think that like that's the best part. Like just like getting cool gigs and like being like going to fashion shows that like why am I here? It's almost imposter syndrome, but like it's not, because it's like I'm actually like I don't feel like imposter, like I feel like it's well deserved. But I think that's the best part is like meeting new people and like being in rooms that I got invited to them.
Yeah. Well, also I think like the fact that you said you kind of like you saw these Jay Alvarez videos and you kind of tried to replicate them, and you so badly were like, oh, I want to like do this, but it's like just you having that idea, it didn't necessarily turn into like you becoming a Jay Alvarez travel
like
vlogger.
I'm not like a travel, I'm not Lexus Ren
but
out
it
here.
kind of led you down a path that now like created its own success.
Yeah.
Which I think is interesting. And like thinking about you like being at your prom, like taking video, like pictures for fun,
like
and now
you
being
would
like, oh, this
never
is my job.
imagine. Oh my god, if I told high school Izzy like you'll be shooting for like a Gucci activation in like a couple years, she'd be like, you're joking.
Yeah, it's really
like, that's
really
crazy.
exciting.
I don't even own anything Gucci. I'm scared of
Maybe.
Gucci. But yeah, no, I think that's like the best part.
And what's the hardest part about your job?
The hardest part is the creativity behind everything, and like comparing yourself to so many other photographers, and like you can't say like, oh, I'm better than this person, or like they're better than me, because it's just gonna fuck you up. But I think that's the hardest part, is comparing and like wanting to do so much, but like obviously not everything is possible all at once. And like I think that's the hardest. I'm like my biggest hater like at the that's also something like the throwing those 2 galleries, I'm like, okay, like why can't I do another one? And then like it's just like, let's do this. Desire
to like always kind of do
keep
more.
Yeah, keep doing it, but like I
don't know, it's hard. I feel like competitive comparison is like so readily available, so it's like, how can you not compare yourself? But it's like, I'm trying to, like in my other episode with my friend Riley, she talked about how like using comparison in like a positive way. It's like, okay, I've like observed my competition to the point where it's like, okay, I see the other competition, I'm inspired, but it's like you use it to your detriment when you're like, oh, they're doing like better, or like you're constantly like, oh, I need to be doing what they're doing. It's like, I don't know, it's hard. I'm trying to like find that balance too, because I feel like even in my line of work, it's like, how can you not compare yourself, and how can you not feel like you constantly have to be doing more, especially in the city like New York where everybody's constantly achieving.
That's also something. I feel like the one thing I do miss about the city is that like the minute I step outside, I'm inspired, because everyone is like hustling and doing something. I feel like when I walk out, I'm like, I see someone walking their dog and like taking a stroll, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, it's a nice day to just not do anything. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the hustle and the grind and all that like stuff is very like good, but it's also like it can be very toxic.
It's hard,
it's so hard
to stay motivated. Also, like stay motivated for the right reasons.
It's like, yeah, like right now I have a 9 to 5, and like I work at it every single day. I'm like, I wake up, I see the sun, and I watch it as it goes down, and I do not leave my house until it's like so dark.
Yeah.
And then after 5, I'm like, oh my god, I hate looking at my phone and like my computer. I've been looking at a screen all day. Like I want to do stuff, but it's like, okay, like what about photography? Like you have so much other stuff. What about your own brand? And it's like, I don't want to keep looking at my phone, but it's like, it's so annoying.
Yeah, the phone thing is a huge thing for me, because I'm constantly like, I want to be present. I don't want to need my phone. And then like part of my job is
you need to be on your phone.
My phone. I mean, so many of us, we can't really escape it. So it's like, how do I not like be so dependent on this freaking thing?
I know, it's
on this
so
stupid
annoying.
box.
It's so annoying. And like literally, like Jose, my boyfriend, like made fun of me because I got a new computer, like this new Apple monitor. I've got the iPad right next to me. I've got my headphones. I've got my iPhone over here. And I have my laptop. And he's just like, why do you need so many things? I was like literally working in social media. So like,
that's what it's like.
That's literally, that's what it's like. And it's just like, ugh.
It's a lot. I know. I also struggle with it. Right now I'm like doing the podcast, but like really trying to just like not post on social media. But it's hard because I go through this thing. It's like, okay, if you're not posting, then you know what you're working towards, like you're never gonna get anywhere. But then it's also like, okay, I am posting, but I feel like I'm driving myself to like burnout, and to the point I'm like just doing it to like produce, and I don't even feel anything anymore. Like it's hard.
Like this, like I'm supposed to do something every Sunday where I like create something and like whatever it is, like just post content like on my page, because sometimes it's like, okay, for a week or two I don't get a gig and like I'm just working. It's like, where is Izzy? Like what is she doing? But it's hard. Like, it is. Sunday for me is like my reset day, and like I don't want to like shoot all day and then have to go to work the next morning, and like it's just hard. But just gotta find a way to go around it. I want to be that girl that wakes up before her job, before her 9 to 5.
What time are we talking?
Like maybe 7, 6.
God. I can't with the early rise.
And go to the gym, and then like
actually
come back home, shower, like make myself a breakfast, and then go to work.
But you are that girl.
I'm trying to be that girl. And then after work, I don't know, go out with your friends. Like after work, I'm like all right, time to take a shower and go to bed.
How do you have energy to do all that, though? I do one activity, I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, good day. Good night.
And scene. How does the girl you moved to New York as differ from the woman you are now?
Oh, she's different. She's so different.
I know.
She would be shook right now if she said, oh my God.
Yeah.
That old girl was, okay, I was very shy. I was not outgoing. And like, you know me now, and I'm like so different. Shy, like not outgoing at all, like a people pleaser. And I just like wasn't like independent at all. I was very dependent on others for everything. Like no boss bitch at all. But I think that changed a lot. My junior year of college, everything changed for me. Like I even changed my major. I got like the photography thing. Like I figured out like what I wanted to do. I was more confident. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like New York will just do that to you. Like,
New York will
even when I
change
think about
you.
the girl I moved to, same thing. Just like a shell of myself, shy, like didn't have the confidence. Like if you told me, like I talked about this the other day, like I was gonna like interview people, like that's just like not something.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. I could never do that. I feel like I would stutter when I'm interviewing them.
Even like the moment before, like I looked at Danya, I was like, wait, I can't do this. Like, why did I say I could do this? And then it was just like, I just like pushed myself to do it, and like it was so weird. It's like how you tell yourself, no, I can't do something, but then just like, no, you just sometimes you just have to fucking like.
That's what happened.
Do it.
That's what I so strongly believe on is like if you say you can do it, like you can do it.
Yeah. Well, it's just that limitation that you like kind of create for yourself. What's even like I told myself like, oh, I'm just a model. Like I moved here as a model. I'll always just pursue modeling, and if modeling doesn't work out, I don't have a plan. And how it's kind of like I open these other doors, just like being more open to like random social media stuff or interviewing or like this podcast.
I think interviewing is such a good thing to like get good at because it's like you're working on your people skills. I remember I was working in like and it was a pop-up for a store in the summer of during COVID. I don't know when that was. It was like 2 years ago. Yeah, it was 2 years ago, and basically our like job was to get people in the store. And I'm like, okay, how do we do that? So I literally also shout out Morning News. But
what is that?
It's like the brand. I don't even know if the brand is even still around. But the brand is basically like it was towel, like sweaters, towel shirts, like the texture, pants. So I'm like, it's 98 degrees in the city, and I had to go to work with a towel hoodie.
That's crazy.
And a towel shorts. Like,
and you just had to be like, hey, want to shop?
And I had to be outside and be like, hey, like, do you want to come on in? Like, whatever. So humbling.
Yeah, people are like
so humbling. Actually, like I think I really worked my people skills that summer, like all day. It was crazy.
That's crazy.
People would be like, no, and I'd be like,
well, that's me when people try to talk to me on the street. I'm like, sorry. If I'm not in character,
I don't even. When people talk to me in the street, I'm like this. I'm like,
I can't.
I'm like, I don't know. No words come out. I just like make a weird movement, and I'm like,
I'm just not in character. I'm like the street is my most vulnerable state. Like when I run into people, I'm like, holy crap.
I feel like you always run into people too.
I always. It's like I remember you like leave the house.
I really run into you in the street.
Well, that's fine. But it's like people where it's like, oh my god, this is like not the time. Like I'm not in the right headspace. Where do you get most of the inspiration for like your personal creative shoots?
Wait, what was the question?
That's why I'm like, hello.
I'm like, wait, what did you say?
Where do you get like the inspiration for your personal and like creative shoots? Because you have been doing a little bit, like you did the Lucy one.
I think personal experiences.
Yeah.
I think the Lucy, was it Lucy?
What was her name?
Lulu.
The bubblegum? Sorry.
Bubblegum. Oh
the bubblegum hair.
It was Lulu. I think Lulu, okay, so when we started planning out Lulu, I'm like, I'm sorry.
Give it a little kiss.
Lulu was such a random thing. Me and my boyfriend were like, we want to shoot something, and the whole thing was like, let's go get a wig and like figure it out from there. So we went to get a wig. It was like all the day of. We went to get a wig. It was like the sun was already coming down. We got the wig, went home, and I'm like, as I'm getting ready, like doing some weird makeup, like dyeing my eyebrows, like he's like doing a storyboard, and like the storyboard has like no vision of like how the photos are gonna be edited or like how they're kind of like nothing. It's just like, okay, Lulu goes to the bar. It's like a breakup, I think. Like we don't even know, but we have it. And then we call my friend Brian like last minute, and he's like, yeah, like I'll come, whatever. Like he comes in with an afro. Like we just go to this karaoke bar, whatever. We're shooting, and then the photos, I'm editing them, and I'm like, okay, like how do I like this doesn't make any sense because it's like we have it, but how are people gonna know? So I think I just like did poetry there, and I wrote a story.
Kind of.
I think it was like personal experiences, like, you know, like with a heartbreak or whatever. Like, okay, like I'll just put that in, like make it art, I guess. So
I feel like the like most vulnerable things that happen to us, like usually connect us, and like usually are a way to connect with people.
Yeah.
Like if that makes
for
sense.
sure, like it's definitely relatable. Like the one I just did in my bathroom, for example. Like, did you see that one, the green like thing? Like that was also like a very like personal thing because it's like okay. It was a dark moment, and like I feel like I have like obviously didn't do like that, like but like it was like kind of reflecting like that like maybe dark time in my life. So
walk me through a day in your life.
Oh my god, a day in my life. Izzy wakes up at 8 o'clock.
That's a good time to wake up.
Yeah, and she makes breakfast, and then she gets ready. She gets dressed, and she sits down at her desk. All day from 9 in the morning till 5 o'clock. And then after that, like I'll usually...
you work with a marketing agency.
A marketing agency, yeah. So like I just do social media and influencer stuff for them. Sometimes like it's different. Sometimes I'll like go in person and work, or like sometimes I'll have to go to like the client's like store or something and like make content. But yeah, I usually work 9 to 5, and then like I'll either go to the gym or I'll make plans to do something, or I'll shoot something or like see my boyfriend. But yeah, I've been very on my like chill girl shit lately.
Me too.
I'm like, don't ask me. Don't even talk.
just be quiet.
Just leave me alone. I don't know. I'm just like so like I literally went out the other day and I'm like I can't speak to people.
I don't have it in me. I swear to you, like for the Kim Shui interviews, like the night before, I had never experienced this before. I couldn't sleep like the whole night. Like I think I slept 1 hour, and I kept feeling like I was just you're fine. I was so scared. And it wasn't like, it's like, okay, I've done interviews before, and then I did them for Urban Outfitters. It's like, I know this game, but it was more like I had been in Montreal for like a whole month. I haven't really been around people in like a friend kind of way, or like I when I work, it's like, that's also like a performance or like a character. It's like, okay, I'm here for work. I can like do this. But it's like, it takes so much out of me sometimes, because I'm just like, oh my God, I have to like be that character for like 3 hours and be like, da 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 da. And then I'm like, by the end of it, I was like, I'm exhausted. I don't even know who I am anymore. Yeah. Like, that was insane.
That's like, I think for me, it's like with photography too, like going out and like getting people to like pose and like bringing that energy.
I was
I'm
about
like,
to ask you that.
oh my God, like let's get a photo.
Yeah.
Like let's have a photo of you guys together. I'm like, oh my God, like, and like getting, sometimes like people are so stiff. And
I
like,
was literally gonna ask you that question.
Yeah.
Like, do you notice a difference in like the way like different people shoot, or like what's your favorite type of person to kind of shoot?
Like, obviously my favorite kind of person to shoot is like probably a model already, but like someone who's like excited and like fun and like really down to like try something new. I like, for example, like when working with celebrities, like sometimes like you don't want to get like just a basic photo of them,
right?
Like you want to get a cool photo,
right?
So when you're talking to them, it's kind of nerve-wracking to be like, wait, can you do something cool?
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're like, what? I think it was like for like Anastasia, I like,
wait, can you like lift your leg up, or can you like do
I know, yeah, I'm like, wait, can you like do something like other than smile, like,
yeah, like try, how do you like kind of communicate that when you're trying to like,
it's hard, like I'll have to like literally match a cool energy so like they feel comfortable, so I'm like, oh my God, like you look so cute, like can I, oh my, wait, I have an idea, like do you want to try it? I'm like, do you want to do this, but sometimes it's hard because sometimes I'm also nervous, so I like it comes off wrong, and I'm like, wait, like, can you do something, like, you really be cool, maybe be comfortable with it, and they're like, and they're like, what?
Yeah, it's hard,
and it's like, I don't even know what pose I'm giving you to do, so it's like, I'm just, and then, like, I think one for a shoot, it was Anastasia, I, like, told this model to pose, and then he, like, gave me a pose, and then I was like, okay, wait, you know, have fun with it, like, you know, like, be, like, you know, get creative with it, and he literally goes, and I'm like, okay, Thank you so much. I'm like, we got it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's so interesting how, well, it's taken me a really long time to like be comfortable in front of the camera, but that is my whole job. So I think at some point I kind of just had to be like, whatever.
Even if it's like not even that, it's like I'm not giving you like posts. Like literally, if I'm telling you to like have fun and be cool, like literally give me like a peace sign or something. Have fun. I don't know. It's hard.
It's hard. I think some people just like once the camera's on them, they get really. But even sometimes I get like,
girl, put a camera in front of me and I will literally be red and be like, what do I do? What do I do?
Yeah, I have to be in like the right. You know what I'm scared of? I'm scared of an iPhone camera. Like, I don't feel like they do me justice. Like, if somebody puts a backhand iPhone, I'm like, turn it off.
Same.
It's gonna flip my face, and I'm not gonna like it.
Same.
But then, like, if somebody whips out like a digicam or you have your camera, I'm like, okay, let's go.
Okay, yeah. I honestly, I get that because I'm the same way. And like, I'll take an iPhone photo and look at it immediately after. I'm gonna throw up on my phone. I'm like, I do not want to.
That is.
I like feel. I'm like, damn. Like, do I look like that bad?
No. No. I'm scared of the iPhone camera. But yeah, wait, what was I gonna say? You kind of reminded me of something. Oh, but just like when I shoot, I notice like when photographers have to like communicate like the whole vibe. I think a mood board usually helps me sometimes. It's like, okay, I can understand the vibe, but also like it's the energy like the whole team has. Like if somebody's vibe is off, I'm like, I feel stiff.
Yeah.
I feel weird.
That's also something that's like if I'm off, everything's gonna be like off.
It's hard.
Also like the way I look and I present myself is a huge part. I remember like literally just for the Gucci thing, I'm like, this is so recent, so it works. It was a 2-day thing, and I remember day 1, I showed up with no makeup. I had like my hair like natural, but in pigtails, like it was like fluffy. I had like a beanie and like I had this long jacket, like just like something that I don't usually wear, like my Uggs, like and like these jeans. And I felt like I wasn't like on it. Like I feel like I wasn't like, you know, cool. Like I wasn't feeling myself. Because when I'm feeling myself, I'll do better.
Right.
And then I saw a difference in day 2 when I like felt myself. And then I was like, okay, like I'm that girl and I'm going to get the girl photos.
Yeah.
So
no, totally.
I think it makes like a big difference. Like the person who's shooting you has to like really...
Yeah, I guess it is like an energy exchange. Well,
I've had photographers, like, for example, at events that I'll go to, like, shoot pictures of me, and they'll be, can I get a photo of you? And I'm like, oh, sure. And literally all they do is just, and I'm like, smile. And I'm like, okay, great, thanks.
Delete it, please.
And then there's other ones, and it's like, oh, my God, let me get a photo of you. And they're like, yes. And
then,
like, you know, they want to do a whole thing. And I'm like.
Yeah, I like that. That's like you and me, though.
Yeah.
I love when you take pictures of me. I'm sad I didn't go to Gucci. I'm excited to see those pictures, though.
I know.
I think we ate that.
We ate.
Okay, girls. I think that's it.
Yay!
Loved having you on.
Thank you for having me.
Miss you as my roommate.
Girl. Me too.
And I'll see you soon.
And we'll see each other soon.
Bye, girls.
Bye.